All right, gang, the 79th Golden Globe Awards just wrapped up here a couple of minutes ago. And yeah, obviously this year they did not have a show telecast or anything. They just announced their winners through their website. And I did see on YouTube they did have a couple of videos up. I didn't watch them or anything, but I guess there was something from like Jamie Lee Curtis, who they teamed up with, and they're doing some charity work or something. The NAACP, kind of the same deal there. So it was like, okay, they had something of a ceremony there, it looked like, or something where they would, at least the members could get together and kind of, do whatever there. Yeah, but as far as predictions go, boy, I got a lot wrong, and that is actually not not irregular for the Golden Globes and me. I mean, normally I'll get a couple of the top ones right, and I'll get some of those bottom ones right, but otherwise it's kind of a shoot the shit kind of kind of show there where you're like, okay, I guess this one makes sense now or whatever and everything. And sometimes the Globes do kind of try to start something and then it doesn't go anywhere. So that's true for last year, where it was like their the screenplay prize. Actually, the screenplay prize the last few years has been wrong. Green Book was the last one I think that was correct. Otherwise, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood did not win, and last year the Chicago 7 did not win either. So, yeah, anyways, we'll get to the winners here and everything. But, yeah, I guess the top thing here to mention here is The Power of the Dog walks away with 3 wins, and West Side Story also walks away with 3 wins. So both of those off to a good start here in the award ceremony as far as the what would normally we would call the televised awards, of course this year being different for the Globes, and who knows, maybe this is just the way they're going to do it for a while until they give up, or until, I don't know, whoever is running things decides that's enough penance for them or whatever. Yeah, however it's going to work out. But anyways, yeah, so I guess, I mean, I knew Power of the Dog was going to be close in some of these categories, like director and motion picture drama. I knew it was going to be close. If it wasn't that, it was going to be Belfast in both of them. So, yeah, and I originally had picked, by the way, Belfast had to settle for screenplay only, and early on I had picked that one for screenplay, and I don't know why I didn't stick with that. I don't know, I just thought Licorice Pizza I thought would get something after it kind of... It didn't get director or anything. If it had gotten director, I think it would have been a stronger shot there. But that walked away with nothing. Don't Look Up walked away with nothing. What else? Dune ended up getting a win for score. Who else? Coda didn't get anything. Let's see. Cyrano didn't get anything. I'm trying to think of the other ones that had multiple nominations. Cruella didn't get either of its 2. Boy, yeah, I think that was it. I mean, unless there's a more obvious one I was thinking of. I'm not thinking of, rather. I guess I can look here for who had like multiple nominations and stuff, but didn't walk away with anything. King Richard had the 1 win. Let's see. Otherwise, I think we named off the 2 there, Power of the Dog and West Side Story. Everything else only had the 1 win each. So, yeah, Lost Daughter didn't get anything. Parallel Mothers didn't get anything. Yeah, I think that's it, because everything else we mentioned here that had multiple nominations, aside from being the Ricardos, which did pick up a win for Best Actress. We'll get to that. Everything else, they got a major push there with multiple nominations, at least got 1 award. So, yeah, so I guess we'll start from the top here and work our way down. So motion picture drama, I mentioned there was Power of the Dog, which is, yeah, that was a close second for me here. I thought it did stand a decent shot if it wasn't going to be Belfast, but I just thought Belfast kind of has that front runner status right now for a lot of people. If it's not Belfast, it's Power of the Dog. Yeah, and they did pick that one for director as well, Jane Campion, so that one gets that. We mentioned West Side Story, that gets picture, comedy musical, so I was glad I picked that one over Licorice Pizza, because early on, like day of the nominations, I was thinking maybe Licorice Pizza had a shot there, but traditionally they would pick something more like West Side Story. And especially after Tick Tick Boom has kind of been gaining here, I was like, ooh, that we mentioned it yesterday there, with the whole Bohemian Rhapsody comparison. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. It can, nab Best Actor, which it did, and then it can also take film. And that didn't quite work out, but still. So that's a good result there for those two films. So yeah, we mentioned director there. Best actor is Will Smith for King Richard. No real surprise there. Yeah, we were thinking of anything Benedict Cumberbatch could upset there, but yeah, just that's probably early on. Yeah, Will Smith is probably your best bet there. For Best Actress Drama, though, we have a little bit of a surprise here in Nicole Kidman being the Ricardos, which I mentioned as maybe an outside shot yesterday, so I don't know. I guess, we had at least, this isn't a complete out of left field one, but yeah, so I don't know, for Kristen Stewart, I don't know if that's a bad, terrible sign now. I don't think all of a sudden we start dropping her from at least getting a nomination. I think she's, no matter what, will get the nomination. But, yeah, and I know, without having seen it yet, being the Ricardos, critic-wise, is kind of, not like mixed, but there were some people that were not fans of it there. Let's see, I think it was upper 60s, lower 70s last I checked. Yeah, 68% right now. So, but yeah, I think Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem and a few of them, J.K. Simmons and stuff, yeah, none of the complaints were among the actors or even the script. It was just kind of more other stuff, execution maybe and stuff like that, I heard. So, no, but that's, Nicole Kidman is also a really Globe favorite. They showed her stuff in the past there for her wins and everything. It was like Big Little Lies and 4 film wins, including, let's see if I can name them here. To Die For, which is her first one. I believe she won for, was it Chicago? Oh, no, she wasn't in Chicago. No, the one the same year, The Hours. Jeez. The Hours, and then there was... this is like her 4th win on the film side, so there was one more there that I'm not thinking of, but yeah, she's actually been very popular here at the Globes, and yeah, I don't anticipate her missing SAG or anything else there, and as long as she's on the short list there for BAFTA, well, we'll see who else she's up against, but probably a good bet she's going to get in there as well, and as well as the Oscars there. So yeah, we mentioned Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom for Best Actor, Comedy Musical, so that's no surprise at all. Rachel Zegler did carry the day for West Side Story for Comedy Musical Actress, so nothing too surprising there as well. I was glad I switched to Cody Smith-McPhee. That was a correct one as well for Supporting Actor for Power of the Dog. And yeah, I haven't really gotten a sense yet because, I don't know, for me personally, I usually will watch some Gold Derby videos or kind of catch them on AnyWire once in a while for some of the more professional people that do this and everything. And I was kind of, and I've been kind of behind on that, but I saw the one for the Screen Actors Guild, because I'm like, okay, am I totally out to lunch with Coda and Harder They Fall getting in? And it's like, no, the panelists they had there, they agreed. It's like, they at least stand a good shot if they're not going to get in for sure. But they didn't mention at all that Don't Look Up doesn't, the screen credits thing. So I think everybody is really overlooking that. So, yeah. Anyway, so because they all had it in, I was like, you guys are fools. I really don't think so. Anyways, but yeah, back to this. But they had mentioned, they said about Cody Smith-McPhee, they're like, that sounds like it's just a critics thing. I'm like, I agree. Now, he's won here today, and I think the next award show up would be, depending on when they reschedule here, that would be the Critics' Choice Awards. And I really think I don't think they'll split from that. Let me look here, because I think Coda did do pretty well there, too, didn't it? Yeah, it got, let's see, Picture, Supporting Actor, Adapted Screenplay, and then Young Performer, which we don't count there. But, yeah, so they liked it enough there. So I was thinking maybe Troy Kutzer could win there, or Kotzer. I still haven't heard a very good pronunciation of his name yet, or a confident one at least. Let's see, yeah, let me name off the other ones here he'd be up against there at Critics' Choice. It'd be Jamie Dornan and Ciarán Hinds, both for Belfast, then Jared Leto for House of Gucci, and J.K. Simmons for being the Ricardos. Yeah, I think I'll go Cody Smith-McPhee there as well. So it really depends on who gets in at SAG. If there's somebody there at SAG, or if there's just a general sense of shift in the race when we get to that point, then okay, then I can probably more safely say, yeah, that's the one we're kind of waiting to see if they can take him down. If not, if it's gets to that point and it's like, okay, we might just have to be, and I don't mean this in a despairing way, but it's like kind of stuck with him, if you will, just because they, the voters just didn't really like anybody better than him. And that's, again, I'm not, trying to be mean or anything about it, but it's just that performance still, and just the fact that that's the one that everybody's putting ahead is a little, I don't know. Maybe I just need to watch the film again. Maybe it'll be better the second time. But I was like, there was nothing really outside of a couple, like I said, a couple scenes here and there that really stood out as ones that are worthy of attention or whatever. Because the rest of it was just your average performance to me. But anyways. Anyway, so let's move on. Supporting actress, though, we did have Ariana DeBose win for West Side Story, which is a great win for her candidacy for sure. Not to say that she's been slipping lately, but definitely cements her status there. So I think when it comes to the Oscars and stuff, because both she and Rita Moreno got in for at Critics' Choice for Supporting Actress, I do think that more so I think puts more attention on her for that. So I think going forward, I think she'll be the sure bet in that category there. I don't really see a sense where both of them miss because they split votes or whatever. I don't think it'd be that way. And you could argue too, of course, because Critics' Choice does have that at least one extra slot, per category. So it's like, okay, maybe that's how she got in here at Critics' Choice too. Okay, so screenplay, we mentioned did go to Belfast, which again, originally I did have that here, and I don't know why I didn't stick with it, but yeah, so that's good. It got that one win there. But yeah, so PTA once again really struggles here at the Globes, but that's the way it goes. All right, then for the tech categories, you had score go to Encanto, or my prediction Encanto was not correct. That went to Dune. So Hans Zimmer wins. This is probably his second or third Globe. I'm gonna look up because I think he had. I think they showed on the thing there that he had. Oh no! This is his third. Okay, they only showed it as his second win. I was like, I don't know, but apparently he won for Gladiator as well. I'm gonna see if there's anything else I have on that here. Yes, so this is his third win. But yeah, his first one, in 21 years. So let's see. So that's I think I don't think anybody's shaking their head at Dune for that nomination, at least. Now, later on down the road, we'll see if he can stay ahead or whatever, but that was kind of more of a safe choice there. I did go with the safe choice on original song, and that was correct for No Time to Die. So, we'll see, because, last time we had this happen, it was with a Bond song there with Writings on the Wall from, I can't remember the artist's name, with Spectre. That one won at the Globe and then lost everything else, and then it got finally to the Oscars, and then it came back and won. So we'll see if that fares well for No Time to Die. Let's see, then animated film, Luca was the safe pick. It went to Encanto, which was probably my second choice. And then the foreign language film was Drive My Car, and that was the safe pick, so I got that one correct. So out of, I forget, it's 14 categories? Yeah, let's see. I think I got half of them, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I got half of them. Which, for me, that's about average for me. Because some of these, it's like, they do throw those weird ones at you and stuff, and you're kind of left like, oh, I don't know if I could have gotten that or not. Like last year with Andra Day winning for Best Actress Drama, for example, that was a little bit out of left field. Or Rosamund Pike winning for I Care a Lot. Not a lot of us had that one. Jodie Foster, I don't believe I had picked. Did I? I can't remember who I predicted for that last year. I know I didn't get Aaron Sorkin. I had, I think I had The Father winning that one in a big upset. And then I think The Life Ahead for Song I also did not pick because I had Speak Now. And I think the rest of them I was close or I got them. But anyways. Supporting actor I got wrong too. Yeah, I had Sacha Baron Cohen winning there and losing in lead actor comedy musical to Andy Samberg in an upset. So, Anyway, so like I said, I don't always do extremely well with these Globe winning predictions and stuff. So, Anyhow, so that's pretty much it for the Globes this year. Of course, we normally we would comment on the host and the speeches and stuff, but obviously that's NA this year. I would imagine they're all non-alcoholics there. Okay, whatever. That was a stupid joke. Anyway, so I guess we had a little bit of time here because I've been forgetting. I wanted to because I updated a couple things on my Oscar predictions here. So I keep forgetting we need to go into this again and just kind of go over some thoughts and stuff here. So I think we'll probably skip the short categories. We'll probably skip international film, doc feature, animated feature, because I haven't had any changes in those. So it'll be just the top 8 in the tech categories. We'll try to go through and just kind of quickly recap my recent changes and stuff. And none of these are like as of like 2 minutes ago or anything. It's not, they haven't been that recent, but they've been in the last couple of weeks here and stuff. And I don't think we've gotten to these yet. Anyway, so for Best Picture, Belfast, Power of the Dog, Licorice Pizza, West Side Story, those are still in. Dune still in. King Richard still in. Nightmare Alley I'm hanging on to for now. So I put Coda back in. I believe I might have said that earlier. Tick, Tick, Boom I now have in. And even though I wasn't hot on the film, there's a sense I'm getting out there. Don't look up. The people that like it really like it. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I think that's, especially in a solid 10, I'm like, okay, that's enough for me to put it in. If it was, the preferential ballot kind of way where it's like, okay, it's up to 10, then I'd be a little more convinced where I'd be like, okay, I don't really think it's going to get in because it's going to be just divisive enough to where there's going to be certain people that don't put it on the list at all or put it too low and all that stuff, where other films are going to jump on it and stuff. But so I have that one in the 10th slot, Tick, Tick, Boom in 9th, and Nightmare Alley in 8th. King Richard I bumped all the way down to 7th just because it hasn't quite been as hot as I thought it would be early on here in some of these shows. As far as any outside contenders for Best Picture right now that could come into the race there, or come back into the race if I've had them previously and they're not here anymore, I don't really know. I mean, Being the Ricardos is one that might get a little bit of a boost here after the Globe win for Nicole Kidman, maybe. If it does anything at Critics' Choice, that would be a good reason to believe that one might have a shot there. And a SAG Ensemble nomination would definitely help. And that's one, I don't know if I need to put that one in, but that's one where I'm like, okay, that could be one that it'll be a smaller cast and everything, but it's like, that could be one that makes sense. Because sometimes they will, like we mentioned Mass and The Humans and a couple of those this year, sometimes those do sneak in, so I'm like, okay, maybe that's one that we can keep an eye on. Spencer I had in for a while, but obviously I think that one is losing steam, especially if Kristen Stewart starts losing steam, then yeah, that's, for Best Picture, definitely not going to happen. Some people are a little optimistic about The Lost Daughter possibly getting in, but we knew Gyllenhaal's nomination there at the Globes was a bit of a surprise, but the fact she didn't get in the same day for the Critics' Choice, and DGA just seems like a real fetch there. I don't know if that's really going to be even close. So, yeah, I think it would need a nomination like that, I think, to help it in the Best Picture race. House of Gucci and French Dispatch, I don't think so. Cyrano, I don't think so. One that I've been seeing, actually, some people are very optimistic about this. Spider-Man. Some people are picking Spider-Man here to get a surprise nomination. And I gotta disagree. I mean, in all honesty, I think at this point in the race, Avengers Endgame had a better shot. And I'm not saying that just to be mean or whatever, but it's like, no, I'm not really sensing that. I mean, other than, okay, it's made a boatload of money, over $1.5 billion now, during a pandemic without China, release in China, I think that's your best argument. I mean, obviously, it's very well critically received, and the audience has really loved it as well. I liked it a lot, too, so, I mean, I get that part of it. But otherwise, what is the candidacy here? I really don't understand. I mean, without getting into spoilers on it, I guess, there are some aspects of the film where you can say, well, it feels like it's a bigger Spider-Man movie than we've had in the past. Obviously, from the stuff you can see in the advertising. I don't think they've thrown in other stuff yet. We know all the villains are there, so in a way it feels bigger because all the villains are back. But I really don't get why that one's on the rise again, other than just because it made more money than people were expecting of it and stuff. So I don't know. Okay, so we'll move on to the director race. So here I have Kenneth Branagh still out front, but I'll see what happens there. Jane Campion in second, then Denis Villeneuve, Spielberg I now have in, and Paul Thomas Anderson I now have in. So I dropped the Asghar Farhadi thing. So yeah, if anybody of these kind of offshore directors are going to get in now, I would lean more toward, well, Pedro Almodovar, I think we mentioned yesterday. Yeah, I would still say he's got a shot. And then Drive My Car, the director of that one is, I don't know if I can even come close to pronouncing his name. Ryozuki Hamaguchi. Something close to that. And yeah, I will definitely, like I said, the BAFTA shortlist. Once we get to that point, and especially if they get in as a nominee, that's when I'm like, okay, that's when I'm going to decide if I'm going to move off of, in this case, I would probably say PTA or Spielberg, one of the two. At this rate, I'm thinking West Side Story seems to be sticking around more so. Licorice Pizza is getting, the nominations it needs, but that director's branch can be kind of shaky like that. I can see them, okay, they put him in last time for, kind of surprisingly, for Phantom Thread, but this time around, they don't go with him, so... Otherwise, Del Toro I dropped as well here. Originally I had him out front. I don't know. Otherwise, I'm kind of looking at, maybe an outside pick like Sion Heder for Coda. If that one really does overperform Oscar morning, that could be one. But, it feels like we're kind of a little less competition in that one. In Best Actor, I haven't quite moved off of Mahershala Ali just yet for Swan Song, but... yeah, I'm really thinking as long as Garfield doesn't miss the SAGs, I really don't see a reason to not put him in, especially after his win tonight. Yeah, I really don't see that not happening there. So, yeah, for all intents and purposes right now, I do have Will Smith, Benedict Cumberbatch, Denzel, Peter Dinklage, and Mahershala Ali still in, but yeah, we can pretty much say it's probably Andrew Garfield in that fifth slot. Or maybe even powerful enough to say he's like a fourth or a third slot. In Best Actress, no changes here as well. Kristen Stewart, Olivia Colman, Nicole Kidman, Jessica Chastain, and Penelope Cruz. And I've been kind of curious about that fifth slot, because Penelope Cruz hasn't really shown up yet. And I'm kind of on a pace where I'm like, okay, well, I'm not really sure who to put in over her. Rachel Zegler, maybe, after her win here tonight. Elena Haim, I still have in at the SAGs here on Wednesday, so if she gets in there, maybe. If Lady Gaga can stick around for House of Gucci, maybe that one. We'll see if maybe Frances McDormand or Jennifer Hudson sneak back into SAG, or I think that's probably the extent there. I really don't see anybody else rising up here that's going to come back last second and take over here. Supporting actor, I'm still sticking with Jared Leto, Ciarán Hinds, Troy Kotsur, Cody Smith-McPhee, and Jamie Dornan. And yeah, after that it gets a little tougher because it's like, okay, I'm not sure what to do with Jason Isaacs yet because I still have him in at SAG, but we'll see. I've got a little bit of time left to change that one if I just chicken out. J.K. Simmons got the Critics' Choice nomination, but we'll see. Let's see. Bradley Cooper and Richard Jenkins have really fallen off here. Jesse Plemons kind of feels like he's in a distant position now. Yeah, so I really don't know if anybody's going to fall out of this list who would come in. So besides maybe Jared Leto, I just have him out front right now, just still because I'm not really sure what to do. Because I'm like, okay, maybe Ciarán Hinds, but he didn't win here tonight. So I don't know, not sure. For supporting actress here, Ajan Ella still out front for right now for King Richard, just kind of placeholding. Kirsten Dunst, and then Caitriona Balfe, Ariana DeBose, and Marlee Matlin, are my five. So I'm leaving out Ann Dowd, who I think is close. I think she does get the SAG nomination over Marlee Matlin, but if Marlee Matlin does get that SAG nomination, I don't see any reason to kick her out of the Oscars. Let's see, we mentioned Rita Moreno. Ruth Negga was a nominee here tonight for Passing. I don't know. Otherwise, unless they go with like in case the Lost Daughter does stick around a little bit long, like Jessie Buckley, I know has gotten some good praises here. So, I don't know. That one would have to make a little bit of a comeback here, but we'll kind of see if anything happens there. For original screenplay, I have Licorice Pizza, Belfast, King Richard being the Ricardos, and Don't Look Up. So again, that one just, again, it's because so many people, like the film, whatever. I think that one can still make it. And plus, I'm not really sure, other than maybe Parallel Mothers, which I put in for a minute, but then I went off of that. Mass, I don't think it's been seen enough, so I'm not confident predicting that one. French Dispatch, I don't think so. Yeah, I just don't know what else to go with also in that category. So I'm like, ugh, I guess it'd be those 5. And then, too far here. Adapted screenplay. Okay, now you're going to start over here. That one I have Power of the Dog, Coda, The Lost Daughter, West Side Story, Tragedy of Macbeth. And that's really that 5th slot I'm not really sure what to do with. Because I don't think Tick Tick Boom. We mentioned that as a possibility here, but I'm not confident enough in that one yet. Nightmare Alley, I don't think so. That one's been kind of losing steam in relatively every other race it's been in, aside from maybe like production design or something like that. Dune, I don't think so. It did get a Critics' Choice nomination for screenplay, but I can see the candidacy for it. But we did I quoted the film last time. We don't need to hear that again. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to stick with those 5 for now. In the cinematography category, I kicked out Nightmare Alley. I now have it down to Dune, Tragedy of Macbeth, Belfast, Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. And that feels about right. So it's really just if one of them likes Spencer, Nightmare Alley, or possibly even French Dispatch, which I praised the hell out of it yesterday for its cinematography, definitely. Unless one of those comes in, I don't really see that changing much. In the film editing category, I did make one switch here. I have Dune still as a placeholder now, Belfast, then Power of the Dog. I put West Side Story in a little while ago. I'm keeping that one. And instead of King Richard, which I think, again, is kind of losing a little momentum here and there, I think Licorice Pizza here. That's been getting a couple editing notices here and there. I think runner-up at a couple critics' prizes and stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's okay. We'll go with that. So these are the 5 I have also for director, which is a good lineup right now. So otherwise, yeah, Nightmare Alley. Don't Look Up is Hank Corwin's gotten those 2 nominations in the past for McKay's more recent efforts. So maybe I just don't think. Again, it's so divisive. I'm like, okay, well, we knew Vice was going to have, that was a more sure bet in acting and in screenplay, and looked a lot more solid in director at the time compared to now for McKay this time around. So it made sense to put that one in for editing, and it made sense to do that for The Big Short at the time. I don't get that sense right now for Don't Look Up, so that's why I'm not going with that one. Tick Tick Boom, I think we also mentioned yesterday as a possibility here. And I think after that it kind of gets a little limited there. Okay, in the design categories, production design, I don't think I made any changes here. It's still Nightmare Alley out front, then Dune, French Dispatch, West Side Story, and Tragedy of Macbeth. And again, I'm a little questioning on which one replaces it, any of these, because Belfast is one I was looking at originally here, maybe even Power of the Dog, or Cyrano's got some votes in there too, but I'm not really feeling that one in that category. Costume design, I don't think we had any changes here except for maybe, I don't know, I think I had Nightmare Alley in here at one point, didn't I? I think so, yeah, because I now have it as House of Gucci, Spencer, Cruella, Dune, and West Side Story. In that, and that's just most likely to least likely. Otherwise, yeah, Nightmare Alley I think still has a shot there. French Dispatch has a shot. Cyrano has a shot. Tragedy of Macbeth could sneak in there. Licorice Pizza could sneak in there. Yeah, I think that's probably about it for that one. Okay, so let's go to the music categories now. For original score, Dune is still my placeholder here, then Power of the Dog, Parallel Mothers, French Dispatch, and I'm putting Encanto in there for now, so I believe that is the 5 from the Globes, but yeah, The Harder They Fall, after watching that one, I was like, okay, the music didn't really stick out to me that much, like the actual score. Now the song, yes, Guns Go Bang, should get in there, and again, I'm going to be not happy if that one does not get in there, because that's a very worthy nominee. Spencer has also from Johnny Greenwood, so that has a shot there. Don't Look Up, some people like in this category, but again, I'm not sensing that one. Yeah, and again, I think after that it gets a little slim. So in the song category, I still have Be Alive out front. Dos Oruguitas for Encanto, No Time to Die, Down to Joy from Belfast, and The Harder They Fall from Guns Go Bang from Harder They Fall. So I don't have the Just Look Up song anymore. After watching the film and stuff, I'm like, ooh, there is some language in the song, and unless it's South Park or did the one from Hustle and Flow actually have some words that they would have to bleep on TV. I forgot. Maybe that one did too. But they have not, again, unless it's the South Park one, Blame Canada, they have not really liked those more coarse, profane songs, if you will. So that one, I'm thinking less so on that one. So the song from Respect, I would still say has a shot, and it gets a little tougher after that, I think. Let's see. So we would move on next to the makeup and hairstyling category. So this one, I actually haven't looked at it in a while here. Let me see if there's any changes I want to make. Because I do have it as House of Gucci, Dune, Nightmare Alley, Cyrano, and Eyes of Tammy Faye. Which, after having seen now Eyes of Tammy Faye, that one for sure stays in. Nightmare Alley sounds right to keep in. Dune and House of Gucci I don't think I'm going to move off of. Cruella is a pretty popular pick here, and West Side Story could sneak in there. Suicide Squad we have to watch out for, so I don't know. I'm on the fence about, okay, maybe Cyrano, maybe I was a little, too optimistic about that one. So I might drop that one, and I might drop Nightmare Alley here and put in, probably, if I would put anything in, it would probably be Suicide Squad and maybe Cruella. I don't know. I'll look this over another time, but I'm going to stick with those for now. So that leaves two categories left here. The sound category, I have it as Dune, West Side Story, No Time to Die, Belfast, and Tick, Tick, Boom. With, I think, Power of the Dog and Quiet Place Part 2, I think, are the other two I would probably think about subbing in for something. But again, I'm like, okay, unless No Time to Die doesn't quite get in. But no, that one did well enough on the short list and stuff here. So I'm like, nah, I think that one's pretty locked in there. Okay, then we have the visual effects category. And this one, I think I'm sticking with the ones that we put in last time. So that's Dune, Shang-Chi, The Matrix, Eternals, and No Time to Die. And I think some people have been, with Spider-Man and stuff, they've been putting Spider-Man in. But again, I don't think so. For me personally, the effects were a little wonky in some sequences. And I kind of get the feeling with that one, like I did with Beasts of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, where almost everybody was putting that one in for visual effects that year, and I was like, nope, the effects, I didn't like them. They didn't look right in that, so I'm not putting it in. So I have that kind of feeling with Spider-Man No Way Home, so that's why I'm not putting that one in. Godzilla vs. Kong is kind of a popular pick here too. Free Guy, some people like Free Guy. Which the effects were fine in that. I think, for what they were, I think they worked and everything. So that it would make sense, but I don't know. That one feels like, I don't know, if that one was going to stick around enough, because it got like a couple Critics' Choice things, didn't it, for like comedy film or whatever? The ones I don't really care for. Maybe. I think it did get something there. So anyway, so at least it's not completely dead in the conversation here and everything, but yeah. Okay, otherwise I think that probably does it. So, yeah, like I said, we'll have, likely it'll be Tuesday, we'll get to the updates and the final predictions there for SAG, because we do have the final college football game here tomorrow, so I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of getting psyched for that. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people have they started out saying, oh, Georgia, now they've chickened out and gone back to Alabama in that game, but I don't know. I think Georgia's going to be hungry, so I'm thinking Georgia tomorrow, but I don't know. We'll see. It's always hard to deny Alabama. Always hard to say that they're not going to win because they're just always so dominant and stuff. I always tell the joke, Alabama's been great at football since Forrest Gump was on the roster. Okay, yeah, think about it. You'll get there. Anyways, but yeah. Otherwise, I think we have the BAFTA shortlist should be coming out here pretty soon. And we looked this up one other time here, and there was absolutely nothing about when they were going to come out, because we have. Oh, hang on. I think we've got an update here. This is as of 6 days ago. Let's see. I think we have a date here. I thought I saw it. Okay, first round of voting closes on Monday the 3rd. Okay, so that's in the past now. They will announce long lists in all categories on January the 12th. There we go. Okay, so that's the same day as SAG, I believe. for their nominations. Yeah, so that Wednesday we'll be busy. Oh, that'll be good. Okay, the nominations are announced on February the 3rd, with the awards taking place on March the 13th. Okay, this is what I was waiting for. I was like, okay, because BAFTA, I'm always like, okay, we got to be, whatever on BAFTA now that they have the short list and stuff, or long lists in this case. But yeah, like I said early on, I was like, Belfast, just everywhere Belfast. I think that one's going to be the one to beat as far as number of nominations and stuff. I really don't see that one, not doing well. Let's see. Otherwise, I'm trying to think what else here if there's anything particular at BAFTA that might do or that could be there that'll do better than it might be elsewhere. Spencer might actually get a couple things here and there, like British film, best British film could be one to look out for there. Let's see. Otherwise, let's see. Anything else here that maybe could benefit, but kind of looking at this one list here where they're like, oh, likely nominees or whatever, and they're just kind of naming a little bit of everything, which, yeah, it's kind of appropriate because BAFTA, again, will have their long list there, so yeah, they're kind of going everywhere with these. I think this is Variety's website here. Anyway, so yeah, we've got that stuff to worry about on the 12th, and then we'll have... like I said, we'll have the SAG nominations come out that same day. And then I think we'll be pretty quiet there unless... I haven't heard anything about Critics' Choice when they're going to announce their new date for awards. I don't think so. Because, yeah, this still says on the 9th, which obviously is today, and they've moved off of that. Nope, I'm not hearing anything, so yeah. Hopefully this week or next week they will announce something for that, because that'll be the next award show to worry about after we get the long list and after we get SAG nominations out. Okay, otherwise, yeah, for tonight, yep, so I would say definitely Power of the Dog and West Side Story get a little bit of a bounce here. Nicole Kidman definitely gets a bounce. Let's see who else. Ariana DeBose, Andrew Garfield, for sure. I think most everybody has them in now, except me. I'm holding out on, on Andrew Garfield. But like I said, I don't really see a reason now to not include him in the list there. So because I have him in at SAG on Wednesday there, and I really don't. I don't think I'm gonna have any epiphanies between now and then to take him out and put somebody else in. So. Okay, that's going to do it for me. So we will be back on Tuesday with final predictions for the Screen Actors Guild awards thing. Yeah.